Hello, and welcome to Driving Meditations with me, Raven Shamballa. I'm a master energy healer, spiritual counselor, and senior yoga teacher. Thank you for joining me today for this mindful meditation. In the first episode, I gave a little introduction into what is the energy body and what is a chakra. And I also spoke about the difference between mindful meditation and deep trance meditation. In this series, we are focused on meditation with our eyes opened. And I want you to even be focused on an activity like driving your car or working on a simple task. Whenever we focus on relaxing while doing a simple task, that's called mindful meditation. There is a saying in the yoga practice. First, we experience meditation or mindful movement, also known as yoga practice, on the mat. And eventually, we learn how to take that practice on the mat of feeling calm, relaxed, and present off of the mat and into the world. This mindful meditation series has the same goal. We want to start to learn how to conduct our daily life in a manner in which we are active and working, but also present and relaxed. I remember when I first learned how to meditate. I had been practicing hatha yoga, or physical body movement, for about 7 years, and I had only practiced hatha yoga as a physical practice. Then, when I was 25, I found a yoga practice that was teaching meditation, and they were following the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. If you've never heard of him, you can look him up online. He's now passed, but at the time was one of the primary yoga teachers that brought yoga philosophy and yoga practices to the West. And he's well known for establishing meditations. He's famous for the book Autobiography of a Yogi. I had been exploring hatha yoga, and now I wanted to start exploring meditation. When I found this yoga practice, I had a breakthrough. All of a sudden, I found joy, a joy that I never knew I had. I was so into that, I even moved into the yoga community to dive deep and be surrounded by this feeling of joy. I remember a conversation I had with one of the primary teachers of the yoga community. I told her that I wasn't having any issues experiencing joy when I was practicing yoga on the mat or practicing meditation with others. But whenever I left, I didn't feel that joy anymore. She said to me, first you cultivate joy during your practice and most often with the teacher. Then it expands and you start to find joy in your everyday. You start to find joy in simple, ordinary moments. It's been many years since that day, and I've grown in wisdom and knowledge. But just like you, I'm still human. I have to deal with being human. I have to deal with my emotions. I have to navigate my relationships. You know, there's never enough money, and I feel perplexed about the challenges our world is facing and the negative energy. Sometimes our world feels as if it's vibrating. Every day we face negative energy, and some of us even face traumatic energy. In fact, all of our first responders, nurses in the hospital, they're all dealing with extreme amounts of trauma and negative people and difficult situations. In school, they just don't cover how to let it go. They just don't cover how to release this negative energy. It's the same for the people in the field of psychology. We are made to catch or sponge in negative energy all day long. But then, how do we release it? Even in customer service or in retail, we are made to interact with negative people in our world. We can sponge in this negative energy, and for some of us, we never learn how to release it. One of the goals of this meditation series is to help you to understand that we absorb negative energy from our interactions during the day, and through mindful meditation or deep trance meditation, we can learn to release it. Now, meditation is kind of a tricky subject. I mean, who has time to meditate? You may have even tried to meditate at some point in your life and had the experience of sitting still and thought your mind was just too loud and dominant. In fact, the thoughts in your mind may have been so overwhelming that you never got to relax. You were just there with the thoughts of your mind. Or maybe you don't have time to meditate or have never tried meditation, but it's something that occurs for you when you go to bed at night. You lie there trying to go to sleep and your mind is racing. It's full of thoughts. Maybe you keep thinking about a work situation. Maybe you're anxious about an upcoming event. Maybe a client keeps coming to your mind, or a manager you feel is mean and insensitive keeps yelling at you in your head. These are all signs that you have picked up a lot of negative energy and you haven't found a way to release it. Mindful meditation is about training the mind to release negative energy. Mindful meditation is also about training the energy body to open chakras and release negative energy. In fact, many of us don't even know what it feels like to be balanced. We're moving through so much, so fast, that we can become out of balance and lose touch with feeling I'm in balance. We seem to move from one difficult situation right into another difficult situation. And if there's trauma there or a traumatic job experience, this is compounded even more. In fact, if you have a traumatic job, it's even more important for you to take the time to learn the positive coping skill of mindful meditation. Now, I have a lot to say about negative energies on a very technical scale. In fact, I wrote a book called The 100 Chakra System, an introduction to negative energy release work. But that's too intense for this conversation. In case I piqued your interest, you can check out my book, The 100 Chakra System, by purchasing it on Amazon or getting the ebook from my website, ravenlightbody.com. For now, we're just going to focus on the first 7 chakras and some basic concepts. Hopefully, though, I've piqued your interest. Now, you may not know it, but we've actually been meditating, even right now, just by intending to want to meditate and then finding this program and listening to me. You have already started the mindful meditation process. You have already intuitively intended to relax and let go of surface negative energy. Now, in my work, sometimes we can go a lot deeper than that. And I'm not really focused on going deeper in this series. I'm not really going for releasing deep trauma pains or investigating deep spiritual truths. And of course, I have a lot to say about all of that. Really, this is just an introduction. My goal is to just get you to become aware of negative energy that's on the surface tension, and start to have you consider, if I just take a little time, I can start to release it and find myself back at balance. Until we've done a really good meditation or had a really great meditation teacher, or maybe experienced an energy clearing with a healer, you may not even know what does balance feel like. In fact, when I was a therapist, I would perform energy clearings through meditation, and with my clients, I would open up all of their chakras and help them to release negative energy. Afterward, the client would say, "Wow, I feel great. I haven't felt this great in so long." I would say something like, "Now you're at balance." This is what balance feels like. Try to keep this feeling for as long as you can, and start to notice when you come out of balance, and start to notice what pushes you out of balance. Because that's the first key, is just becoming conscious of what it is around you that's pushing on you. I mean, how can you find balance if you've never experienced what it feels like to be balanced? Once you have that feeling of balance, then you seek to get back to it. So now we're going to start the practice of mindful meditation. There's a couple of points I've been trying to make here, so let me review. The first point is we have to have had an experience that allows us to feel for balance. Maybe that's at a yoga class or a meditation class. Once we have that experience, then the next goal should be to expand that into experiencing that in ordinary life and in ordinary situations. Second, we deal with negative energy and negative people every day, and we need to be able to manage that and to find a way to recognize it and find a way to release it. Third, it's very hard to just sit and meditate. You need to find a good teacher that can help you find balance and eventually help you bridge up into higher consciousness. Once we have achieved balance, then we can start to notice when we're in balance or out of balance, and we can do those activities like listening to this recording that will help to bring us back into center. The last point is, it's hard to find time to meditate, so we need to integrate it into our everyday life. That's why I call this series Driving Meditations, because when we're driving in our car, it can be a spiritual sanctuary. It can be a point of me time. And if you spend that time seeking to relax and get back to balance, then it counts as meditation. You remember in the last series, we talked about activating the energy body and activating the chakra system. I told you that an affirmation can open a chakra, and once the chakra is open, you can intend to release negative energy. So let's pick up where we left off last time. We're going to start with the breath. I want you to inhale deeply and exhale completely. Now, again, if you're feeling a lot of tension, take the exhale through the mouth. If you're feeling more normal, just let the exhalation go out through the nose. We're going to start by activating the energy body. Ground, center, focus, relax. Inhale, ground, center, focus. Exhale, relax, 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 relax. Ground, Your grounding cord is activated. Center. You place your focus at your heart. Focus. Your mind starts to calm, relax. The body starts to release tension. That's the first step. Just saying the mantra. Ground, center, focused, relaxed. Now, it's not only about opening the chakras and inviting negative energy to exit. We also want to draw in positive light energy. Or another way to say it is we want to draw in love energy. So let's talk a minute about the energy of love. Love is a feeling, and it's a great feeling. There are many types of love, and when we feel love, we feel really good inside. I'm not necessarily talking about romantic love. I'm just talking about that sensation of love. When we exchange and have positive feelings, we feel we're surrounded by love, or you're in a situation where you're giving and receiving love. So we want to open the chakras, release negative energy, and cultivate a feeling of love, and cultivate the consciousness of drawing in light. Let's try that right now. Let's cultivate the feeling of love. I want you to think of someone that you love. It could be a partner, or it could be your favorite pet. Maybe it's a child or a grandchild. Maybe it's your passion, something you love to do, like a hobby. Whomever or whatever it is, I want you to start to think about the love that you feel for them, or the love that you feel for the activity. Ground, center, focus, relax. Ground, center, focus, relax. Now I want you to stay present, so look around. Be with what you see. Be present with whatever activity you're doing while you're listening to the sound of my voice. You're feeling grounded. You're feeling centered in your heart. Your mind is focused, and you're calling in relaxation. Now, I want you to call in love. Affirm with me. I am open to giving and receiving love. Take a big, giant inhalation into the body. Imagine love is coming into the body. You're breathing in love. And I want you to exhale and imagine that you are exchanging the vibration of love. Imagine that you're looking into the eyes of the person you love. Or maybe it's an animal that's very loving and compassionate. You're thinking about them. You're starting to feel love. You can even go back in your memories to a day when you really felt love powerfully, like your wedding day. Breathe in and repeat. I release all negative energy that's no longer serving me. I am full of love. I release all negative energy that is no longer serving me. I am full of love. Now, when we talk about love, of course, it's coming from the heart chakra. And when we activate the heart chakra, this is one of the most powerful things that we can do. The heart chakra is all about love, compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. In fact, as you're starting to listen to this program, you're starting to grow. You're starting to open. Maybe other people at work just aren't where you are at right now. It's a good opportunity to practice forgiveness. I forgive you for being mean, or giving me a dirty look, or gossiping. I forgive you for sending me negative energy in that email. You see, when we open the heart, that practice of love and compassion and forgiveness starts to come in. And when we draw that positive, loving vibration in, it literally starts to push out negative energy. Breathe for me again. Ground. Center. Focus. Relax. I'm relaxing. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I don't need it anymore. I just don't need it anymore. My eyes are open. I'm present in my experience. I'm seeing what's around me. I'm doing this activity. I'm releasing all stress and tension. And I'm cultivating love. I'm cultivating love. My name is Raven Shamballa, and if you're enjoying this series, I would like to ask for your donation. You can donate to me on PayPal at ravenlightbody@gmail.com. You'll see my legal name, Monica Kelly, or you can donate to me on Cash App, $Raven Shamballa. Thank you so much for listening, and let's stay with it. See you on the next meditation. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.